Aye. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to learn two different ways to do it. We're going to go from standard notation to scientific notation, and then scientific notation to standard notation. So you know those little squares that we just cut out? You should have 4 baby squares and 2 bigger squares. We're going to figure out which one goes under which heading. Now, standard to scientific notation. What is standard notation?
Isn't it when, wait, it's like you're trying to convert the number into scientific.
Mm-hmm. So you just have a number, right? Yeah. Awesome. Good. Take a point. So would it be that you move the decimal to make number in one's place, or would it be positive exponents move decimal to the right?
Positive exponents. No, the first one you said.
Standard notation to scientific, you move the decimal to make the number in one's place greater than or equal to 1 but less than 10. So what you're going to do is you're going to glue this square, or rectangle rather, you're going to glue it under standard notation to scientific notation. So we're going to open it up and we're going to glue it right here. And then we're going to draw a line in between these two. Now, we need to have a little conversation about handwriting in a minute. Guys, you're 15 and 16 and a little maybe some older or younger than that. Okay, so we should know how to write by now. So I need you to practice your handwriting, even if you're practicing on the graph paper. That's why we have graph paper, so that we can read our handwriting better. Please, please, practice your handwriting. Because if I can't read the answer you put on a test, I can't grade it. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's why you don't get the grade you should get. Alright, so standard to scientific means that you move the decimal to make the number in the ones place greater than or equal to 1 but less than 10. So if you have a positive exponent and you move the decimal to the right, that's from scientific to standard. Yes. So if we're converting back and forth, these are the rules that we follow. Does everybody understand? And they are going to tell us what to do and how to do it. And we're going to use our notebook, maybe for the first time this year, to figure out how to do our assignment for today. You're welcome. Now, you in your group, y'all are going to decide which section these go under. You're going to decide which section these 4 cards go under. Do they go under standard to scientific or scientific to standard? Please let's not slam stuff into my towers. They think they pay for this stuff and they don't. So you need to be figuring out which one goes in which side. You should be doing your math work. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It is terrible.
That's big money.
Don't glue it down. Reggie, you're backwards. Think about what it starts in. Don't glue these down yet, y'all. We're just trying to figure it out. Alright, so let's look at this one. Alright, are we starting in standard form or scientific form here? This number right here. Okay, this number is in standard form, so it's going to go on the left because that's going from standard to scientific. Now let's talk about how they got 10 to the 7th power. If you start as a whole number, you get a positive exponent. So did it start as a whole number? So they got a positive exponent. Now, the way you do that is you move the decimal, the invisible decimal that's hanging out right here. Okay, so everybody put a decimal there. Put a decimal behind the 0. And we move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, where did they get 7 from? Did I count wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, I did. 5, 6, 7. Thank you, Bryn. Thank you, Reggie.
Take a point.
Yes, both of you take a point.
I take a point.
No, you didn't get a point.
I'm mad at you though.
No. To the 7th power. So does everybody see how we moved it 7 places and we got to the 7th power? Now what about this one? Is this standard to scientific or scientific to standard?
Scientific.
Standard to scientific, yes. And it's negative because we started as a decimal. And you would move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She's placed to the right.
And the other one.
And that's why it's negative. So the other two are what? Scientific to standard. Good. Glue those in so we can take our notes. And we can practice some problems. Hurry. Please walk as slow as possible when I said hurry and we're about to continue with our lesson. Probably. I don't want to see it, babe. Reggie, do you need the glue? Are we ready or do we need a mow?
I need a moment because I'm just
Okay.
I'm red. I said I'm red.
You're red.
That means red. Words I say are random.
Alright, man. Thank you for letting me. You're so sweet. I married you.
Jacoby.
Okay. On Halloween, I'm be Rob. I'm like, get to
See what they Halloween, trick or treat, stop. Stop.
reviews of that.
No mercy.
Take it straight in the house.
Are we ready now? Oh my gosh, ever. Rapido.
5.
Why would I say underlay if all the missed are listening to you?
I'm ready to go.
Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do, first, we're going to practice going from standard form to scientific notation. Then, we're going to practice going from scientific notation to standard form. And we're going to use our notes to help us figure out how to do it. Crazy. So, let's write example A. And we're going to write 1,732,000. That's it. Now, we're going from standard notation to scientific notation. And in our notes, it says that when we have a whole number, if we started a whole number, what kind of exponent are we going to have?
Positive.
A positive exponent. So everybody put a decimal at the end of this number. Now, are we going to move that decimal to the left or to the right? To the left. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Do you count like what a comma and you count that too?
This is a space, yeah. And then you go all the way until you only have one number in front of the decimal. So we write it as 1.732 times 10. Now, how many spaces did we move it?
6.
So 10 to the 6th.
6.
And why is it a positive exponent?
It's 2 forever.
Because we started at the whole number. Good, Sarah. Take a point.
Oh, man.
All right. Example B. $0.000539. Now, since we start as a decimal, are we going to have a positive or negative exponent? A negative. Now, everybody put your pencil on your decimal. And we're going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, I just lied to you.
6.
No. How many numbers can we have in front of the decimal place? 1. Thank you, Bryn. So we would only move it 1, 2, 3, 4 places, not 5. So it would be 5.39 times 10 to the negative 4. Because you can only have one number in front of the decimal. I know. It would be easier if I wouldn't get so excited and just randomly move stuff.
And just go way
Yep.
ahead.
Una más.
Hold on. Time out. So, like you said, when you move the decimal out of the robot store, like, when you get 5.39?
I made it up. Where did I get 5.39 from? Right here. Because we moved the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So now it's 5.39. And I moved it 4 times and started as a decimal, so it's a negative exponent. So if you start as a decimal, which we started as a decimal, it's going to have a negative exponent.
Made that up.
All right. 532,500,000.
Let's do this.
Y'all are doing this one without me.
Wow. Okay.
You can do it.
It's hard because I'm very.
It is not tater tot.
Don't tease me. You know I'm finna get it wrong.
Oh, I got it.
Hold on, man. Let me do this, man.
Nobody is saying anything out loud.
This
Just breathe and write it
is
down.
positive. It's positive, right?
Did you start as a whole number?
No, duh.
And so what does it say at the top of your notes?
It's positive.
Okay.
Who? I got you right.
When you're ready, that's the answer.
Sure. Are we all ready?
No, man. Can you please chill out?
Okay.
Please hold on for a minute, please.
Okay.
Please.
I'm ready. I'm ready. Go ahead. I don't like how she has her phone. She texts me. What's going on? Oh, my. Okay, why is this year doing this now?
Taking pictures of kids sleeping?
Yeah, because my coach did that. My teacher.
Hold on. So what you say? How you supposed? You always supposed to times by 10, or got times by how many times the decimal is?
What? Always by 10.
Oh, okay. Big that up. Big. Thank you.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. Paris. Tell me. Tell me what the decimal is.
Let me try.
I'll take a break after
Paris is going to tell me the decimal. You're going to tell me the exponent.
Wait, so
Sorry, I'm trying to talk as disrespectful if you're talking. 5.325.
Okay, good. Take a point. Now tell me the exponent.
I got it right.
Jacoby.
times 10, 8.
To the 8th power?
Yeah.
Do we agree or disagree? Great job! Take a point.
Hey, give me 5.
Just one for you. Just one. Now, did anybody else at the tables get it right? Take a point for your team. If 2 people got it right, take a point for your team.
I got it right, and they got it right.
I don't know who threw something, but I'm about to get violently angry.
Get the smiley face on.
Alright, scientific notation to standard form. Last part and then homework. Are you guys ready? Okay, so scientific notation to standard form is you start with it in decimal. And then if it's a positive exponent, you move it to the right. If it's a negative exponent, you move it to the left. Okay? Positive exponent, move it to the right. Negative exponent, move it to the left. So, okay.
Before we do this, negative 5.8. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 decimals, right? I mean 6 zeros.
You wouldn't have 6 zeros because it has that 8, correct?
Yes.
So put your decimal here. We'll practice this one together just so we make sure we're on the same spot. Let's put our pretend decimal here because that's where it was up here, right? So we need to move it 6 to the
Right.
okay. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And answer 5.8.
No. This is the answer because we're going from scientific to standard.
No, man, what you laughing for, Frank? Ain't nothing funny, man.
No one's laughing at you.
Wow, you know I'd be quick to smack you, man. But you know,
Oh my gosh.
Smack and doodle.
All right. Example D. We're going to do this first one together. All right. 2.68 times 10
4.
to the 11th power. Let's go crazy.
I go crazy too.
Can you just write this problem down?
Wow.
Me?
No, I'm sorry. No.
I don't know what's happening over here. All right, so how many places are we going to move our decimal?
11.
11.
It's 2, 6. I don't know.
To the right. Why are we going to move it to the right?
Because it's positive.
Because it's positive. Okay, so let's move our decimals. Everybody ready?
6.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So how many zeros are we going to have? We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 zeros. 9 zeros.
9.
2, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, when you put your commas, everybody listen carefully because this blue third period's mine, and I thought y'all learned this in like the 2nd grade.
I learned that in 4th grade.
So you put commas after every 3 numbers, and you start from the right. So 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma.
That's a lot of money. You know, what would I do with all that money?
You know what I do? Straight.
I would not be here with y'all.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie.
Hey.
I was in the club.
Alright, example. Please, child. Example E. Let's do 1.98 times 10 to the negative 6. 1.98 times 10 to the negative 6.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, is that a positive exponent or a negative exponent? That's a negative. So are we going to go to the left or to the right? To the left. Now it tells you up here, correct? Negative. Okay, stop. I'm trying to teach. Be quiet, both of you. Negative exponent, move decimal to the left. So how many places are we going to go to the left? 6 places. So let's practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many zeros are we going to have? Yep. So point. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 9, 8.
I can take a point. There's 4 points already off the DK.
Yes.
Could we put like a 0 in front of
Yes.
8.
No, not when there's a decimal. Alright, last one by yourself and then Tadea.
You've already said one more, like 5 times.
So one more.
Hey, please, because I'm not one who's number.
Alright, negative 3.67 times 10 to the negative 5th power. It's going crazy this time.
I see. It might work. This is like a little something. Cheers, something. Oh, and this -2. We're gonna go left. Hit that left.
Look at you go. Take a point. Not you, him.
She's actually talking to me.
Sir?
All time, man. You did, man. Yeah, we be friends, man.
Was that very the letter in the alphabet or the 6?
Hmm?
Is F the 5th or 6th the letter in the alphabet?
The 6th? Alright, how many places did you move your decimal? Did you move it to the left or to the right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many zeros? So 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 6, 7. Now, is my number supposed to be positive or negative? Negative. Don't drop your negative.
Don't drop that. No.
Hey, don't drop that.
Oh my gosh, what is happening? Stop that. Stop that right now.
She said stop, dude.
Alright, so in the top drawer of your tower, where your notes were, you have your homework, and it looks like this. It's in the back of the foldables. Everybody gets 2. Everybody gets 2 pieces of paper. 2 pieces. I'm sorry? Fantastic. You're going to have time to start it right now. Keep your notes out. Okay. Yes. What am I? Bryn, what do you need, baby? 3 more? So for this first part, we're going from standard notation to scientific notation. So you should have your notebook out and open to your notes so that we can use our notes to help us, right? So for the first part, you're going to be over here. Now if it's a whole number, are you going to have a positive or negative exponent? Whole number is positive. And if it's a decimal, what are you going to have?
Negative.
Okay, so use that to help you with the first part. So you're going from standard form to scientific notation. So for number 1, how many places would you move your decimal?
3.
3. So is it a positive 3 or a negative 3? It is a positive, so it would be yellow. Number 1 would be yellow because you move it 1, 2, 3. Now that I've done that, and that's the 4th example like this, you should be able to do the rest without me. On the bottom part, it says write each number in standard form, so you'll do the right side. Does everybody understand? All right, get to work.